were staying in Paris. We were staying in Paris. Let's show them we are better. We were staying in
Welcome to Baltimore and your 2018 PBL National Leadership Conference. They've worked all year to help elevate your future. Please welcome your National Officer Team. Beginning with your Western Region Vice President from Arizona, Bart Creech. Welcome your Southern Region Vice President from Virginia, Nick Western. Next up, your North Central Region Vice President from Illinois, Corbin Robinson. Let's hear it for your Mountain Plains Region Vice President from Nebraska, Scott Riley. Please welcome your National Parliamentarian from New York, Mary Golden. Welcome your National Treasurer from Colorado, Riley Brody. Please welcome your National Secretary from Iowa, Robert Kitchen. And from Missouri, welcome your National President, Kimberly Clark. Members and advisors, this is your 2017-2018 PBL National Officer Team.
Welcome to the 2018 PBL National Leadership Conference, and welcome to Baltimore. It is an honor to stand here and look out at you, the incredible individuals who have worked so diligently this past year to earn a place here at the National Leadership Conference. Yes, you've made it and are here to compete among the best of the best. And what better place to do it than right here in the bustling city of Baltimore, a city that, like FBLA PBL, is built on tradition. During our next few days together, I challenge you to embrace our Elevate Your Future theme. Hold nothing back and empower yourself in your future by taking part in all this conference and this city have to offer. As you look to your future, FBLA PBL is doing the same. It is committed to expanding, growing, and evolving with our ever-changing world. As part of our growth and evolution, I am proud to share for you for the first time our new mission statement. It reads, FBLA PBL inspires and prepares students to become community-minded business leaders in a global society through relevant career preparation and leadership experiences. This statement, combined with our FBLA PBL goals and creed, is paving the way for future members in the years to come. It is setting a foundation that will elevate and propel us, professionally and personally, to the next level. You may have already noticed a few of the small changes we piloted this past year. At the National Fall Leadership Conference in St. Louis, we had the opportunity to attend 6 business tours and challenge ourselves in a case study competition. But I am pleased to say that this is only the beginning. Bigger changes are on the way, and it all begins this fall. Phi Beta Lambda, mark your calendars and make plans to attend the very first PBL-only conference in the city that never sleeps. Join us in New York City for the inaugural PBL Career Connections Conference. This conference is unlike anything you've ever seen before, and it is geared specifically toward PBL members. Your time in the Big Apple will be spent on career-ready activities such as a networking reception, tours of local businesses, and career readiness seminars. The PBL Career Connections Conference takes place October 25th through 27th at the New York Marriott East Side. Let's take a sneak peek at what's in store.
Members and advisors, make some noise as we proudly present our annual Parade of States. From Alabama, Who's Who recipient Jennifer America. From Arizona, State President Terso Tonche, Who's Who recipient Catherine Daly, and Outstanding Local Chapter Advisor Brenda Maynard. From Arkansas, State President Micah Larry, Who's Who recipient Rachel Wassam, and Outstanding Local Chapter Advisor Michael Roberts. From California, State President and Who's Who recipient Billy Colston. From Colorado, State President Jarrett Brown. From the District of Columbia, State President Shiraz Aziz and Outstanding Local Chapter Advisor Sonny Ababaku. From Florida, Vice President Ana Diaz. From Georgia, State President and Who's Who recipient Victoria Williams and Outstanding Local Chapter Advisor Crystal Way. From Illinois, State President Corbin Robinson. From Iowa, State President Robert Kitchen and Outstanding Local Chapter Advisor Chris Moon. From Kansas, State President Chandler Gravitt, Who's Who recipient Allison Railsback, and Outstanding Local Chapter Advisor James Willingham. From Kentucky, State President Morgan Love. From our host state of Maryland, State Representative and Who's Who recipient Peter France. From Mississippi, State President Broderick Patrick, Who's Who recipient Jessica Everett, and local Outstanding Chapter Advisor Crystal White. From Missouri, State President Aubrey Nelson, and Who's Who recipient Taylor Ann Liebert. From Nebraska, State President Dawson Brunswick, Who's Who recipient Scott Riley, and Outstanding Local Chapter Advisor Dr. Sherry Grotry and Ryan. From New York State, President and Who's Who recipient Brianna Lake, and Outstanding Local Chapter Advisor Jean Fetzko. From North Carolina, State President Townsend Lenahan, Who's Who recipient Cherie Kelly, and Outstanding Local Chapter Advisor Diane Canar. From North Carolina, State President and Who's Who recipient Cassandra Ruchke.
That was North Dakota. Read North Dakota. Okay,
From Pennsylvania, State President Thomas Meehan. From South Carolina, State President Brianna Richards and Who's Who recipient John Barton. From Utah, State President Natasha Haslam and Who's Who recipient Jan Bagley. From Virginia, State President Cameron Harrison and Who's Who recipient Timothy Rodriguez. From Washington, State President Ryan Kussman. From West Virginia, State President Alyssa Covert and Who's Who recipient Jeremy Linneberg. And from Wisconsin, State Vice President Isabel Mayer, Who's Who recipient Aaliyah Quast, and Outstanding Local Chapter Advisor Dr. Trina Moskalik.
We are honored to recognize our members and advisors who lead and elevate our state chapters. Tonight, let's also take a moment to pause and honor those broad stripes and bright stars. Those famous words were written right here in Baltimore by Francis Scott Key. Now, 200 years later, his historic poem is a symbol for so much more. Please stand for the singing of our national anthem by Brianna Weaver from North Carolina.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that
Helping us reach new heights this year is our board of directors, consisting of committed educators, business leaders, and our division presidents. They work tirelessly to elevate our association. Thanks to their efforts, our futures look brighter than ever. Please join me in extending a special thanks to our FBLA PBL Board of Directors for their leadership. We would like to recognize one member who has completed their term of service on the board. Receiving her recognition plaque is Lisa Weeks, past chair from Alabama. Thank you for your dedicated service to FBLA PBL.
Tonight, we are honored to be joined by a two-time Olympian, national championship basketball coach, and Amazon bestseller. She is also the ultimate motivator who believes all things are possible. Our keynote this evening is here to arm you with her win philosophy and principles so you can elevate yourself in business, leadership, and life, and ultimately stand in your own winner's circle. Get ready as she helps extract your inner winner. Please help me welcome Coach Sherry Wynn.
Hey everybody, I'm Coach Wynn. I'm here to coach you up on how to win in life, love, and leadership. Hello, team! All right. That is the absolute best reception I've ever had. You guys are awesome already. So the reason I call myself Coach Wynn is because I was a collegiate basketball for 23 years. So, as all great basketball coaches do, I'm going to give you some practice rules. Practice rule number 1, you've got to drill for skill. Drill for what? Skill. So I want everybody to do this. We're going to see up here on the video in just a second. You're going to watch me do this, and I want you to try this. So you have a thumb and a pointer finger, just like that. And what you're going to do is you're going to switch those back and forth as fast as you can without messing up. Okay? You can't have a pistol. If you have a pistol, you got to take it down. Everybody try that. Go ahead, try it. All right, clap one time if you can hear me. Clap 2 times if you can hear me. So how'd that work out for you? Because you didn't do what? Practice. So here's my guarantee to you. If you're going to be a great leader, you have to practice it. It does not come easy. There's so many parts of being a great leader that you have to work on. So you have to practice it. Practice rule number 2 is be coachable. Be what? Coachable. So when I was a young basketball coach, I went to my very, very, very first practice. I walked in and looked at my players. I'm like, oh my gosh, they're horrible. So I did like most leaders do. I walked over to the men's basketball coach and complained. Knocked on his door and said, hey, Coach Ford, I just looked at my team and they're horrible. But it's okay, Coach Ford, because I know this, you cannot make chicken soup out of chicken. You guys ever heard that saying? You can't make you guys don't have chickens where you guys live. You can't make chicken soup out of chicken poop. My way of saying not my fault. It's not my fault. He looks at me and says, Coach Wynn, are you going to be one of those kind of coaches? I'm like, no. Well, no. Coach Wynn, let me ask you a question, Coach Wynn. Coach Wynn, what do you do with a sick fish? Now, you guys, who said eat it? Oh my goodness. Okay. I looked at him and I said, flush it? He says, Coach Wynn, you're going to be one of those kind of coaches, Coach Wynn. Coach Wynn, what you do with a sick fish is you clean the tank. I ain't got no fish. Coach Wynn, I'm talking about you, Coach Wynn. Coach Wynn, when's the last time you read a book on coaching? Coach Ford, I'm a two-time All-American. I'm a two-time Olympian. I don't need to. Coach Wynn, you need to clean your tank. Coach Wynn, Coach John Wooden said this: it's what you learn after you know it all that counts. Clean your tank. What a valuable lesson. It's what you learn after you know it all that counts. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter how much education you have. It doesn't matter if you're a who's who. What matters is how much more you're willing to be coached to learn. So I want you to think of this number in your head. I want you to imagine this number in your head. So how many hours a week do you spend? Oh, wait, cancel that. How many hours a week do you invest? Now, I know that you know the difference between spending and investing in here. Investing, you're going to get a what? Return. So how many hours a week do you invest in growing you? How many hours a week do you read something that makes you better? How many hours a week do you watch a podcast, a webinar, a seminar? How many hours a week do you meet one-on-one with a mentor or a coach? Now, some of you are calculating because you're still in college and you're saying this is a good number. The sad thing is when I talk to leaders all over the country in different companies and organizations, Anytime Fitness and Volunteers of America, and in any of those companies, I can see people not writing a number down. And that's scary, because I want you to finish this quote for me. Einstein said, if you do the same thing over and over again, expect a different result. It's called insanity. If you're not growing you, that's what's happening. You might be repeating the same mistake and not even know it's happening and wanting a better result. So be coachable. And number 3, practice rule is this: become a yeah and person. A yeah what? That's right. There's a lot of yeah, but people out there. Yeah, but we've already tried that. Yeah, but it won't work. Yeah, but, yeah, but, yeah, but. Yeah, but people are stuck people. They're not going anywhere. You have to learn to be a yeah and person. Now, I was talking to a company out of Houston, and we're working on trying to improve their company because they had been as a startup company, and for 5 years they had been in the red. They couldn't get in the black. And we suggested eliminating the phrase yeah, but from their company and changing it to yeah, and. Because in yeah, and there's possibilities, and yeah, but there are no possibilities. And in 6 months, they changed from being in the red to being in the black. Now, this is a great story about Joe Theismann. Some of you might remember Joe Theismann. He played for the Washington Redskins as a quarterback. So when Joe was in college, he was at the college at Notre Dame University. He was playing football there. And he was in Heisman. He was running for the Heisman Trophy, which you might recognize as one of the most prestigious football trophies, awards. So the sports information director came to him and says, Joe, what's your last name? He said, Theismann. He said, well, Joe, we want your name to be Theismann. He said, no, sir, I can't do it. My dad would get really mad. My name's Theismann. So he said, well, do I have permission to call your father? He says, go ahead and try it. But I'm going to tell you, he's going to tell you my name is Theismann. So he called up and he said, hi. He said, I'm the sports information director here, and I just want to know what your last name is. He said, Theismann. He said, would you ever consider changing that name? He said, no way, not ever. He said, well, your son is in running for the Heisman Trophy, and we really believe if his name were to rhyme with Heisman, that he has a better opportunity of getting that trophy. And his father said, yeah, and like I was telling you, our last name is Theismann. Right? So looking for possibilities, those are your 3 practice rules. Now I'm going to share with you tonight the WIN, the W-I-N philosophy. This is the same philosophy that's allowed me to be a 2-time Olympian, a 2-time All-American, valedictorian at the University of Charleston, West Virginia. Amazon bestseller, award-winning speaker, and it's very simple. It's very simple. There's 3 things you can take away tonight that can change your life if you'll listen, because being a leader is about being a lifelong learner, and that's what it's about. It's about growing you and your willingness to always, always and forever grow you. So the W in the WIN philosophy stands for widen the separator gap. Widen the what gap? Separator gap. So here's the deal. Most people just do the givens. Now, it's a given that if you have a job, you go to your job. That's a given. It's a given that you go to your job on time. That's a given. It's a given that you do the work you're supposed to do. That's a given. It's a given that you do it in a satisfactory manner. And those people who do the givens want something special. That's not special. If you want to be a separator, you have to be willing to do the things that nobody else is willing to do. That's what makes the separators. Now, when I say that, people get all like, oh, I don't want to work any harder, coach. I'm tired. I got studies. I've got family. I've got things to do. Well, you don't have to work harder. You have to work what? Smarter. So here's the deal about that. If you don't know this principle, you need to learn it right now. And if you do know it, you need to re-examine the principle. And the principle is called the 80-20 principle. How many of you in here know that and live by it? Raise your hands. Okay, we need to fill this. We're going to fill this whole room up with hands raised in just a second. So what that principle says is this, that 20% of your efforts give you 80% of your results. 20% of your efforts give you 80% of your results. Why is that important to you? Well, because that means that some things you do are far more important than other things that you do. Because you probably know people like this. They worked hard all their lives and never gotten ahead. Or they work hard all day long and get nothing important done. When you understand and use this principle, it will change your life. So what it says is this. Look, 20% of your efforts give you 80% of your results, so you have to figure out what's your priority question. What's your priority question? And everything that you do all day long should be run against that priority question. So when I was a basketball coach, it was really simple. My question was this. Is what you're doing right now going to get you another victory? Is it going to get you another win? Because in the college coaching, if you know this, you know anything. If you don't win, you'll be fired. It's just like being a leader. If you're going to be an entrepreneur and you don't make money, you will be fired. There's no doubt about it. So everything that came in front of me was that question, and is this bringing me another win? If the answer was no, I was going to do two things. One, I was going to delegate it, or I was going to make it more effective and more efficient so I could get back to my priority question. Now, that worked really well for me in the world of basketball. Then 6 years ago, I decided I was going to move on to motivational speaking, and I thought it would be really easy. Of course, I didn't know anything about it. And I was afraid after a couple of years that I was going to be living out of my car, eating ramen noodles again. So I started thinking, well, what am I doing wrong? Well, I didn't have a priority question. And so I thought about what my priority question would be, and so my priority question became this. Is what I'm doing right now bringing me new business or keeping old business? And once I got focused, man, it turned around like that. Because I was focused. If other things didn't get done, they didn't get done. It didn't make any difference because they weren't going to bring me the money I needed to eat. And I like to eat. So let me show you how this works. Everybody stands up for just a second. Go ahead and stand up. Stand up. Look at the person next to you and say, be honest. Now say this. No, really, I mean it. Be honest. All right, so this is what's going to happen. If you own 4 pair of dress shoes or less, sit down. If you own 8 pair of dress shoes or less, sit down. If you own 16 pair of dress shoes or less, sit down. The rest of you remain standing. Look around the room, and you have about 20% of the room still standing. Now let's say keep standing, people. Play with me a second. Let's say I went to a person who sat down at 4. So somebody right here in the front row who sat down at 4. Right there? Okay, so if I ask you, if I was a shoe salesperson, I came to you, and if I asked you to buy another pair of shoes, would you buy it? No. No. Didn't matter how pretty the brochure was going to be or how great my sales pitch was going to be, the answer was going to be no. But let's say I went to these people over here, and I started talking about some new dress shoes. Like, yeah, she's turning her ear. She's like, okay, bring it on. So those people still standing, I could go to these people who are still standing, and I would get more results than if I worked at these people over here. It doesn't matter how hard and how long I worked with them, I would not get the results. See how simple that is? Now, is there anybody in here that has 100 dress shoes? Anybody own that record? Anybody? No? No, we have no. Oh, one right here. Give her a hand. Woohoo! Yes. You find one person like that and you have it made. So that's how you widen the separator gap. You live by the 80-20 principle. You live by it. You create, the first thing tonight you should do when you go back to your rooms is create your priority questions so you know where you're going. And then make sure you do two things. Delegate or make it more effective and more efficient, and you're going to get toward your target goal. The next letter is the I in WIN, the I. And the I stands for identify I am as your power words. Because the two most powerful words in the universe are the words I am. Because whatever you say after those words becomes your truth. Some of us don't even know the words that we say. We don't hear those words. We don't hear us saying things like, I'm not smart enough, or I'm not tall enough, or I'm not pretty enough, or I'm not handsome enough, or I'm not outgoing enough. We say those things to ourselves and we expect a different result, and that's the definition of what? Insanity. So I'm going to share with you a story about my I am words right now. So I'm going to show you a very short videotape of me playing a sport called team handball, because team handball is like soccer using the hands or water polo on land. This is a tape from 1984, so bear with me on the quality of the tape. Go ahead.
Their veins, and it was a beautiful thing to watch. The anxious looks were gone. The rhythm had returned. And while the German goaltender had her hands full, Pamela Boyd, in the nets for the United States, kept the ball right where she could see it. Soon the United States had scored 4 straight goals as Pamela continued her German blockade. The United States knew it was possible. And so did the German coaching staff. There were just under 3 minutes left, and West Germany led 17-15, when one of the Americans had the right shot and had the right name. Sherry Wynn brought America to within 1. And then nothing happened until 60 seconds remained. And then it didn't happen for the home team. Now with Germany back in front by 2, count to 8. And watch Sam Jones. It was an 8-second comeback. But time is a funny thing. When you don't need it, it seems to drag. And when it's essential, there's never enough.
So I can remember the first time I dreamed of being an Olympian. I was the age of 7, sitting in the back of my house playing. I could hear all this commotion going on in the living room. So I sprint into the living room, and there are my parents sitting on a green vinyl couch, and my grandparents sitting in the easy chair. Our black and white television was tuned to the 1968 Olympic Games in Mexico. And my parents and grandparents were screaming, USA, USA, USA. I looked at my parents, I looked at my grandparents, I looked at the television and I go, I'm gonna do that. It's great to be young and naive, isn't it? When you actually believe the words that you tell yourself. And then, as you grow up, you start listening to the words that other people tell you, and you let their words become your truth. I was so lucky at the age of 7, I said, I am an Olympian so many times, I actually believed my own words. Like most of my teammates, I dreamed about playing in world-class venues, marching in to the opening ceremonies, and being coached by the Three Stooges. Okay, I didn't dream that part, it just came true. One of my coaches' names was Clement, and he was from Czechoslovakia and spoke understandable English. My other coach was Ilya from Russia, and he spoke about 25 words of good English. Yes, no, right, wrong, vodka, caviar, sherry, and stupid. He usually spoke those 2 words together. How many times has your name been attached to a negative descriptor And how did that make you feel? You see, words are really amazing, aren't they? Because they can either build you up or destroy you, especially when you believe them. Especially when you what? Yeah, they don't have any power on their own. So here I am in Osaka, Japan, preparing for the upcoming 1984 Olympic Games. Starting alongside the stars of the team, Sam and Cindy. Sam can jump so high she seemingly hangs in the air for minutes. And Cindy has the arm of Hercules. And me, I'm the brain behind these two. We're about 5 minutes into the game. I take my first shot on goal. I wind up and fire the ball at the goal. My ball hits the goalpost and ricochets out of bounds. Now, folks, this isn't a big deal. It's kind of like missing a shot in basketball. You're not going to make every shot that you shoot. I turn to run down the court and my coach yells at me, Shadi, Shadi. Yeah, coach. Shadi, you know, it's stupid. Stupid. Now, go play. I found his words to be extremely helpful. I'm stupid. I'm stupid. I run back into the game. Sam passes me the ball. I catch the ball. Ooh, out of bounds. Shadi, why you pass the ball to air? Because I'm stupid, coach. I go down to play defense, and I can see out of the corner of my eye Ilya ranting and raving, probably about my stupid pass. Then someone occurs to me in the corner of my brain, I'm not stupid, I'm smart. I'm a 4.0 student. I'm an academic All-American. I'm the valedictorian at the University of Charleston. I'm not stupid, I'm smart. I go down the court and I'm like, I'm stupid, I'm smart, I'm stupid, I'm smart. How many times you had that conversation in your head? And which voice wins? The wrong one. As I go back into the game, my teammate Cindy passes me the ball. I go to catch the ball and miss. I'm stupid. As I run down the court one more time, my coach yells at me, Cindy, why you stupid? Now this is the point. I should let his words slide past me. I know better, don't I? Oh, but the thing is, I don't. You see, 15 years earlier in 3rd grade, they were going to hold me back a grade because I could not read at the 3rd grade level. They were going to put me in the stupid class. Oh, they didn't call it stupid. They called it remedial, but I knew what they meant. I couldn't let that happen, so I went to the library and stacked up on books. I took those books home, and I made my parents crazy reading them to me every night, and I never made another beat. But inside my head, I thought I was stupid. I never thought I was smart. The story I told myself was, I just study harder than anybody else in the world. I'm really stupid. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So when my coach called me stupid, I did exactly what a stupid person would do. I'm not stupid, you are. You're the one who's still playing me. You, sit. No play ever again, sit. I am suspended for that game and the next one. I find this to be brutally unfair. This is not my fault. It's my coach's fault. After the game is over, my teammate and mentor from Opelika, Alabama, comes up to me and says to me, Sherry, how come you let Ilya upset you so much? Did you hear what he called me? He called me stupid. And you believed him? Oh, no. Sherry, do you remember that time that Ilya told us we could get pregnant sitting on cement? Did you believe him then? Of course not. Of course not. The only reason I believed it is because within me. Those words were within me, and I believed them. It's the same words that might be stuck in you. If you will change your words, if you will be aware of the words that you tell yourself, you have a lot better chance to be successful in whatever you do. Now I'm going to finish up with the last story, and that's the N. N and win. It's called Navigate Success. So imagine that you've just driven 890 miles to watch your first ever national championship of your university. You're sitting in the stands, biting your fingernails to the quick, pulling your hair out because the lead has changed 17 times in the championship game. And then with only 2 minutes left to go in the game, your team, the Skylights, are up by 6 points. You breathe a sigh of relief. And then your coach takes out your favorite player, 6 foot, 1 inch point guard, Sharna. Now, Sharna happens to be the best ball handler on the team, the best passer on the team, but she also happens to be the worst free throw shooter on the team. Now, those of you who play basketball, you know this, that a great free throw shooter is going to shoot anywhere between 77% and 85% is a great free throw shooter. A good free throw shooter is going to shoot between 69 and 76%. A bad free throw shooter shoots below 60. Sharna shot 50% from the field. She was what you call a no-no-yes shooter. That's when you're on the court shooting the basketball and your coach is doing this. No, no, no! And the ball goes in. Yes! I take her out of the game. She comes out of the game. She looks at me. She says, Coach, I'll make those free throws. That's nice. Sit down. I look back in the game. As soon as I take her out, the Wolves are in a full court press against us. The point guard who I just put in goes in and dribbles the ball off her foot out of bounds. The Wolves go down and hit a jump shot, and now we're up by 4 points. Sharna stands up and looks at me and says, Coach, I'll make the free throws. Sharna, sit your butt down. Holy cow, that girl. Huh. They're in a full court press again. We cannot get the ball in bounds. I'm like, timeout, 30, 30, 30. Come on, come on, come on. Team comes out, I look at them in the eyes, and I say this to them, ladies, you're going to win this game. Do you know why you're going to win? Because there's only one team who can beat you, and that's you. And you're not going to let that happen. You are national champions. We're going to run one to get the ball inbound. We're running victory down the court, and we're going to win. 1, 2, 3, win. Coach, I'll make them. We run one to get the ball in bounds. Get the ball in bounds safely. Go down the court. Go into victory. And then we throw the ball directly into the hands of the Wolves player. She goes down and makes layups, and people were now up by 2 points with 20 seconds left to go in the game. I'm like, timeout, timeout. Let's go, Sharna. All 3 of my assistant coaches stand up at the same time, and they look at me and they're like, Coach, 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 you're not going to put Sharna in, are you? And I'm like, yep. Coach, you know the last time she made a free throw? Come on, Sharna. Coach, it was snowing in Jamaica. I look down, and there is our coach, the opponent coach. He's like, foul 22, foul 22. Now, people, I'm a smart coach. So I tell my players, whatever you do, do not pass the ball to. Who'd we pass the ball to? Who'd they foul? So here she is walking down the court to go shoot the free throws. And she looks at me and she says, pie and cake, coach. Easy as pie, piece of cake. So I put my head in my hands, because I knew I was about to be known as the worst basketball coach in history. And then I did what you do when you want something really badly enough. You do what? I started bargaining with God. I'll give you my house. I'll give you my car. I'll give you the championship trophy. And I look up. The officials hand the ball to Sharna, and she looks at me and she says, pie and cake, coach. Sharna, would you focus? She goes to shoot the ball. Yes! It goes in. We're now 3 points up. All we have to do is hold the other team to a 2-point shot, and we won a national championship, the first and only championship at our institution. The official hands her the ball again, and she says, told you I was going to make him, coach. I'm not trying to concentrate. She shoots the second one, and it goes in. We're up by 4. Sure enough, the Wolves go down and hit a 3-pointer, and people, we win by 1 point. I'm running around high-fiving people. I'm chest-bumping people. I get to Sharna. I go, Sharna, you did it. And she looked at me and she says, Coach, you didn't believe in me. Well, Coach, you don't know why I knew I was going to make those free throws? Yep. Well, Coach, you know how I miss half of all the free throws I shoot? Yeah. Well, Coach, I missed all my free throws in warm-up, so I knew I was going to make the next half that I shot. So here's what Sharna did, and you can do too. She asked herself why I should be making the free throws. You see, what happens when you ask yourself why you should be something, your brain starts to answer you. Why should I be the next best leader? Why should I be the leader of my institution that changes the way that we run our PBL? Why should I be the person who wins the competitions here? Why should I be the person that's able to take on another company and change that company? Why should I be? And your brain starts to fire answers. But be so careful when you ask the question, why should I not be? It will also give you answers. When you navigate success, you determine that you will be successful. So many people say things like, well, it's not in my DNA. I wasn't born with the right parents at the right time, at the right place. That's an excuse. You navigate success. You find a way, just like Sharna did. Just like Sharna did, you find a way to create your success. That's the WIN philosophy, the WIN philosophy. It comes from my book called Unleash the Winner Within You, a success game plan for business, leadership, and life. I would love to share more with you, but they've limited me on time. So I can't, but I will be in the lobby tonight. Please, I'll be in the lobby tonight after this is all over. I'd love to chat with you, just have a conversation, answer any questions that you have. And I want to leave you with this. You can find me at CoachWinSpeaks.com, but www.CoachWin.speaks.com. But I'm going to end with this, which is a rally clap. So the rally clap goes like this. It goes 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. And what it means is positive, controllable thoughts. Because the toughest opponent you'll ever face in your life is who? And that stays true for your entire life. And how do you combat that? You combat that with your thoughts, because only you have control over them. And when you control them, you have such a better opportunity to be a winner in life. So I'm going to say rally clap on 3, 1, 2, 3. And if you don't do it right, we're going to do push-ups. Here we go. Rally clap on 3, 1, 2, 3. You guys rock. Have a great night.
Thank you, Coach Wynn, for helping us uncover our inner winner. As members of PBL, we believe in lifting each other up so that we may reach our full potential. In the spirit of elevating each other, we continue this evening with the recognition of our top state and local chapters who excelled in growing membership. The membership awards are based on the April 15th reporting date. We ask that one representative from the following chapters please come quickly to the stage.
Arkansas State University and Central Carolina Community College in North Carolina. We also ask the following state chapters to send one representative to the stage: North Carolina and West Virginia. As these chapters make their way to the stage, we invite our March of Dimes top fundraising chapters and grant winners to make their way to the holding area, where a state officer will direct you where to stand. One representative from the following chapters should report quickly to the holding area: Central Christian College in Kansas, East Central Community College in Mississippi, and the University of Pittsburgh in Pennsylvania. We also ask one representative from the following state chapters to please come to the holding area to the right of the stage: Georgia, Mississippi, and Pennsylvania. We ask that all representatives please remain on stage until all membership awards have been presented. And now we begin with the largest local chapter award. With 171 members, congratulations to Arkansas State University. Winning the award for the largest local chapter professional division with 44 professional division members, congratulations to Central Carolina Community College in North Carolina. Congratulations to the largest state chapter professional division with 171 professional members, North Carolina. Stepping forward as the winner of the state recruitment of chapters with 3 new or reactivated chapters, congratulations to North Carolina. Let's congratulate the winner of the largest increase in state chapter membership with 64 new members, West Virginia. And our final membership award recognizes the largest state chapter. In first place, with 629 members, we congratulate North Carolina. And congratulations to these membership award recipients.
FBLA PBL is proud of our continued partnership with March of Dimes. For over 40 years, our association has constantly ranked as the top youth fundraising partner in the fight to improve the lives of babies. Tonight, we honor several chapters for their fundraising efforts.
Once again, we ask our representatives to remain on stage until all of the awards have been presented. We begin with the top 3 local chapters raising the most money for the March of Dimes. Stepping forward in third place, Central Christian College in Kansas. In second place, East Central Community College in Mississippi. And in first place from Pennsylvania, the University of Pittsburgh. Next, we recognize the top 3 state chapters raising the most money for the March of Dimes. In third place, Mississippi. In second place, Georgia. And in first place, we congratulate Pennsylvania. One local chapter is receiving a grant this evening. From Mississippi, congratulations to East Central Community College. And thank you to everyone who supported the March of Dimes. Next, we are pleased to help elevate the futures of our members by awarding the PBL Distinguished Business Leader Scholarship. This scholarship recognizes outstanding PBL members for their activities and involvement in the association. Stepping forward to receive a $500 scholarship, we congratulate Julia Paulette from Arizona. Congratulations. We continue our recognition with the Business Person of the Year Award. This year's Business Person of the Year is Dr. Brenda Jovelette Jones, the Provost of San Jacinto College District, nominated by the Texas PBL. Congratulations, Dr. Jovelette Jones. Thank you again to our Business Person of the Year.
Before we continue, we ask that all candidates for national office, including those for regional vice presidents, as well as national parliamentarian, to please report backstage. We encourage you to visit the exhibits and campaign booths in the Pratt Street lobby, where you can learn more about our national officer candidates and gain valuable information from our vendors and exhibitors. Be sure to take some time to visit the marketplace in room 324 of the Baltimore Convention Center to buy your customized PBL apparel and National Leadership Conference t-shirt. The hours are from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. tomorrow and Monday, and from 8 a.m. to noon on Tuesday. We're also pleased to offer several business tours exclusively for PBL members and advisors. View the complete list of companies and sign up at fbla.org/PBL tours. The Hard Rock Cafe Baltimore and FBLA PBL are also teaming up to bring you Hard Rock Cafe conference t-shirts and limited edition pins. This year, along with the t-shirts, 300 limited edition pins will be sold. These items are only available for purchase at the Hard Rock Cafe in Baltimore. Also, we would like to remind you to be sure to complete the PBL NLC, Institute for Leaders, and the workshop evaluations that are posted on our website at fbla-pbl.org. As you capture all of the memories of this conference, remember to tag your posts and photos with #NLC18. Be on the lookout because you might just be on the big screen prior to our Awards of Excellence ceremony.
We will be hosting a Spirit Day fundraiser at the Chick-fil-A Inner Harbor, located across from the National Aquarium. The PBL Spirit Day will take place Monday, June 25th, from 6:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. Show your conference wristband at the register, and a percentage of your purchase will be donated to FBLA PBL. Also on Monday, make plans to attend the PBL Professional Division Networking event in Holiday Ballroom 6 of the Hilton from 2:30 to 3:30 p.m. You will have the opportunity to network with other PBL and Professional Division members. Be sure to bring your resume, as our Professional Division will be happy to review it. Don't forget to also visit the silent auction on Monday from 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. in the Pratt Street lobby. Make sure to attend your regional campaign rally and recognition session tomorrow evening. This will be the only scheduled meeting for your region, which will include state success stories, regional vice president campaign speeches and Q&A, along with regional award recognition. On Tuesday, we encourage you to join us from 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. for our March of Dimes, March for Babies. Please meet us in the Pratt Street lobby as we show our support for the March of Dimes. Remember to bring your $5 donation and your walking shoes.
Now for our final business of the evening, our campaign rally and introduction of candidates running for next year's national officer team. Let's begin by meeting your candidates for national parliamentarian and region vice president.
Your candidate for national parliamentarian is Abby Sheen from Nebraska. Best of luck to our candidate for National Parliamentarian. Next are your candidates for Regional Vice President. We begin with your candidates for Western Region Vice President. From Washington State, Alex Cappy. And from California, Lisa Xiong. Your candidates for Southern Region Vice President are, from West Virginia, Alyssa Covert. And from Georgia, Ashley Hill. Meet your candidate for North Central Region Vice President from Missouri, Carrie Young. Your candidate for Mountain Plains Region Vice President from Nebraska, Joel Beckwith. Next is your candidate for Eastern Region Vice President from New York, Brianna Lake. Good luck to all of these candidates. Now, once again, your national president with some important campaign information.
Best of luck to our candidates for Region Vice President and National Parliamentarian. Next, we will hear from our candidates for President, Secretary, and Treasurer. Each candidate will speak from this lectern or use the handheld microphone. Each candidate will have 2 minutes for his or her speech. Mary Golden, your national parliamentarian, is seated in the front row and will stand when 15 seconds are remaining. When your time is up, she will stand and call time, and then you must finish. The campaign speeches will be given in the order of Treasurer, Secretary, and President. For each office, the candidates will be introduced alphabetically by last name.
We begin with the office of Treasurer. There are 2 candidates for this office. First, we're going to hear from Jeremy Linneberg from West Virginia.
Phi Beta Lambda members and advisors, are you ready to invest in your success this year? By voting me as your national treasurer, you will not only be investing in your future, but you will be investing in our future. I have served as my local chapter treasurer, local chapter president for 2 terms, West Virginia State Treasurer, West Virginia State Vice President, National Treasurer Executive Assistant, and with your help, the next National Treasurer. If I had the opportunity to serve as your National Treasurer, I would excel at my duty by preparing the annual report. However, I want to go beyond that, beyond what is expected. Philanthropy expansion is a key objective of mine. I want to expand our community outreach to fulfill other needs that lie within the country. Now, let's talk about brand recognition. How many multi-million-dollar individuals do you know that are a part of Phi Beta Lambda? That's the problem. Not many individuals know about what we do within this wonderful organization. I will create a national advertising campaign that educates individuals anywhere from middle schools to nursing homes, local radio stations to national news stations, and small towns to larger cities. This multi-step plan will educate individuals on all levels about what this great organization has in store for them. And in response, when people see our logo, they will feel a sense of pride and understand our dedication to change the world. These concepts are not just ideas, they are already laid out in my action plan provided at my campaign booth. Remember to invest in success while we lead Phi Beta Lambda into the next global generation of leaders, and vote me, Jeremy Linneberg, as your next national treasurer. Thank you.
Our final candidate is Amy Ray from North Carolina.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Amy Ray, and I am running to be your Phi Beta Lambda National Treasurer. I am from the University of North Carolina at Charlotte, where I am double majoring in accounting and finance. After that, I plan on attending graduate school to get my master's in accountancy before becoming a certified public accountant. I would use my existing skills in accounting to help me fulfill the office of treasurer. Additionally, In my role as a national officer, I would work to maintain clear and accurate financial statements, to increase our number of financial sponsors, and to help further develop the virtual chapter, and work in addition to that to increasing involvement for members and non-traditional students. When I first joined PBL, I never saw myself as someone who could potentially become a leader. However, I soon realized that PBL is a family, where everyone wants to see you grow and to develop into the leaders that we can all be. I never saw myself as someone who could grow and develop into that role, but I met people who believed in me, and that is why I want to give back to the organization that has provided countless opportunities to elevate our future. In my roles as state historian for North Carolina and serving on the National Regional Action Council for the Eastern Region, I have loved to see how so many of you guys have grown as individuals. And so, with that said, vote for Amy Ray. I will be a ray of experience, excellence, and enthusiasm for PBL. Thank you.
There are two candidates for the office of National Secretary. First, we will hear from Thomas Meehan from Pennsylvania.
Greatness is not handed out. Greatness is earned. Standing here today, there's no greater place than a city full of PBL members. My name is Thomas Meehan, and as your National Secretary, I will work tirelessly to combine our efforts to elevate the future of every local chapter. Over the past year, I've developed invaluable experiences serving as a Pennsylvania State President and a member of the National Secretary's Action Council. With all my experiences, I know that I have what it takes to be your next National Secretary. Through my time, I've met many amazing business leaders through PBL, and I've learned that the best way to strengthen our organization is by working together. My main goal as National Secretary is to increase communication and collaboration between state and local chapters. I will continue the state officer roundtables, continue the Snapchat takeovers, and humans of FBLA. I will implement monthly professional development webinars open to all members across the nation with built-in time for a roundtable discussion. I will combine ideas and strategies from members across the nation into chapter management guides and toolkits to provide structure for new chapters and struggling chapters alike. And I will continue to work to bridge the gap between FBLA and PBL while working with my high school counterparts to find ways to implement great change in the organization. I hope to connect with all of you, both at this conference and throughout the year as your National Secretary. I firmly believe I have the skills, experience, and the plan to serve as National Treasurer. So make sure to vote for me for PBL National Secretary, because my name is Thomas Meehan, and I mean business.
The final candidate is Amber Robb from Missouri.
Breaking news, FBLA PBL has had a record-breaking number of individuals who have been inspired to elevate their futures this year. Good evening, my name's Amber Robb, and I want to be your next National Secretary. Can everyone stand up for me? All right, now take a step to your right. Okay, now y'all can sit back down. I'm sure you're wondering why I had you do that. Well, I believe a leader has the ability to move people in the right direction. I also believe a leader has the ability to see each member as an individual who has a tremendous amount to give. A leader should also have the ability to speak well and listen to others, and most importantly, serve those they represent with a sincere heart. Throughout this year, we've had several outstanding members move towards amazing achievements by attending conferences such as NFLC and SLC. We've also had a very notable achievement with the officer roundtables, where people met from across the nation to share great ideas. And the board created a new mission statement, which shows they're moving forward, and I'm just the candidate to continue that movement in the right direction. If elected, I will be excited to create new programs that encourage members to be involved in PBL and their community. I'm eager to watch and help members become active in FBLA PBL and the activities that promote innovation, business education, and selfless service. My goals, if elected as your national secretary, are clear. I want to motivate you to take the steps necessary to learn leadership skills, become involved, and take advantage of what FBLA PBL can do for you. My name is Amber Robb, and I want to be your next national secretary. I wish you all the best of luck in your events, and remember, put Rob on the job. Thank you.
There are two candidates for the office of National President. First, we will hear from Corbin Robinson from Illinois.
If you're on this right side of the room, I need you to give me a loud and powerful, yes, we can. Yes, we can. Now, the left side of the room, I'm challenging you to be better. Give me a loud and powerful, yes, we can. Good evening, Phi Beta Lambda. You're right. Yes, we can continue to elevate PBL's future. See, these few minutes that you and I are sharing together is not just about me or my candidacy. These few moments that we have together is about launching a new initiative, the Innovate PBL initiative. There are three key parts. One, we will work with our corporate partners to develop fully funded internship opportunities exclusively for members like you. Two, we will work to expand our certification offerings so that when you go into the job marketplace, the employer knows you're a PBL member and you're going to be a winner for their company. And three, we will work with our virtual chapter members to connect them with one another and with chapters across the nation. Now, are you ready? PBL, all together, the most forceful you can give me, yes, we can. Yes, we can. My friends, you're exactly right. Yes, we can team up to tackle the challenges that tomorrow might throw our way. My name's Corbin Robinson. I'm running to serve you as your next national president. Together, we're going to innovate PBL. Thank you, and good night.
The final candidate is Cassandra Rutsky from North Dakota.
Oh, the places PBL will go with Cassandra Rutsky. Today is your day. You're off to great places. You're off and away. Entering college, I soon found North Dakota State University did not have an active PBL chapter, but my FBLA experiences inspired me to give back and reactivate our chapter. This brings me to my first goal, increase membership. By raising awareness and expanding our presence at FBLA events, we will educate potential members so they can be off and away with PBL. You'll be on your way up. You'll be seeing the sights. You'll join the high flyers who soar to high heights. Growing up in rural North Dakota, I learned an important life lesson. Life isn't about adding an extra line to your resume, but it's about what you take away from these experiences. My second goal, increase participation. Encouraging the completion of programs such as the Career and Membership Achievement Program will ensure that members take the most out of their experiences and soar to high heights. You won't lag behind because you'll have the speed. You'll pass the whole gang and soon take the lead. Whether soaring to high heights or taking the lead, be sure to thank those who made it possible. Communicate your thanks to your friends, professors, advisors, and parents. This brings me to my third goal, increase communication. Whether sharing your thanks or sharing PBL opportunities, increasing communication ensures that you will soon take the lead. And will you succeed? Yes, you will indeed. So imagine the places PBL will go with Cassandra Rutschke as your PBL National President, and follow me on social media at Places PBL Will Go to learn how to get there. Thank you.
Good luck to all of our candidates running for office. Thank you for joining us tonight to kick off our National Leadership Conference. We wish you luck in your competitions and campaigns and look forward to celebrating this year's PBL champions at our Awards of Excellence ceremony. Your national officers hope you enjoy your time here in Baltimore as you elevate your future. Our opening session is now adjourned.